I am out here doing a quick check-in on everything that is growing in the garden. I think everything's progressing for the most part pretty well. I'm not seeing too many signs of like pests, and we are getting enough rain, so that's not an issue. I've been slacking up on the watering a little bit, but the rain is like covering me off on that. But I do want to show a couple things, a couple of the plants that have started to bloom, and then there's some fruit coming. And nobody asked me about this, but I thought I did want to say, one of the hardest parts about gardening is the waiting. And it kind of feels like life in a sense that when you put everything in place, you know, you contribute your part, you set things up, and then you need to trust the process. I know it's super deep and it's like so heavy, but it's real. It's like that's what gardening is. Like, I've set the containers up, I did the soil mix, I got the plants in, and it's in that in-between stage, right? Like right now, I'm way too early to be thinking about a harvest. Right now, it's just tending to what's there. The eggplant is flourishing. Actually, the tomatoes and the bell peppers have a little bit of fruit, but I know that's because I had a little bit of a head start by doing the seedlings. If I had started from seed, it would be a totally different story. But there's some tomatoes and some bell pepper that's coming out. I'm a little bit worried about the cucumber because I may not have watered it enough up front, but we got some rain over the weekend, so that should help things out. They're like perking up a little bit because the leaves are kind of brown around the edges. But I think they're gonna make a comeback with the rain. And then we get more rain throughout the week, so I'll have to watch that. And then the arugula is fine. The squash is merely an experiment. I have never been able to get a harvest from any type of zucchini or squash here in Zone 9. Maybe when I move to another region, I'll have some success with the squash. But for right now, I just keep trying. I just keep putting it out there and seeing what happens with it. But I won't be overly excited and too disappointed either way. I just got to keep trying with it. Isn't that like life? I'm learning so much. But yes, that is the gardening update. Things are just doing what they're supposed to do. I'm just waiting and watching. That's the time we're in right now. Now, in a couple weeks, it'll be time for me to put some fertilizer and compost in the barrels, in the beds. That's my favorite part because this is it's not my toxic trait, but it's my weird trait. Like, I love the smell of compost. That is so weird, but I own it. It's me. It's true. Somebody tell me what that's all about. Why do I like the smell of compost? It's like the people who love the smell of gas when they're pumping gas and they get some on their hands and they like the smell of it. Like, I know some people out there like that, so I'm not the only one that has a weird sense of smell and actually enjoy the smell of compost. what you get excited about, but this is the kind of stuff that excites me. Look at that. Yes. Here's the eggplant, kind of moving right along. No flowers, no blooms yet, but it's coming. This is kind of that in-between stage where you see everything that needs to happen is happening, but you still don't have a sign of the fruit growing yet. I'm waiting on this to grow a flower, and then that'll be some good progress. And here is what is happening with the tomatoes. Lots and lots of flowers. Some of them are already starting to pop out a little bit. I love this. I'm worried about these. The cucumbers usually do better than this. I don't know why I have these like little burnt leaves right here. I feel like I might not be getting enough sun. I'm not sure. I'm worried about that. I'm not really sure what's happening with this spinach, but it is not looking its healthiest. Also noticed that I didn't separate this. I didn't separate the root base too much, so maybe I need to do that. I don't know what's wrong with that.